This month was one of the biggest months for DC. Paramount and Netflix are racing to buy Warner Bros., who owns DC. Clayface leaks reveal a lot about future of DCU, even Battinson logo showed up on the set. There are news about Superman sequel, and a lot more. If you were under a rock for past couple of weeks, don't worry, cause I got it all covered in this video. Superman sequel is named Man of Tomorrow and it's planned to premiere in July 9, 2027. Shooting begins in April 2026. James Gunn revealed that it's going to be as much of a Lex Luthor movie as it is a Superman movie, as they are going to partner up against a much bigger threat. The ending of Peacemaker will directly connect to the plot of Man of Tomorrow, so that would be the real time to make theories, but fuck it. I'm guessing villain will probably be Brainiac, as it is the villain that makes the most sense to fight Lex. Brainiac is someone who consumes knowledge of entire planets and then destroys them so no one else can have the information that he has. He's kind of jealous and petty like Lex, and is also bold. So Lex would welcome the challenge to be the ultimate petty bold guy in the DCU, and it makes sense that Superman needs help of the second smartest dude in Earth against a villain that is known for his brain and knowledge. Brainiac has also never been in a live action movie, so it will be fresh to see a new villain in the big screen. James Gunn also stated that Man of Tomorrow will have a different tone compared to Superman's more comic book style story. For Supergirl, filming is done for some time, but it's nowhere near finished because about 80% of movie includes heavy CGI because it's set on space. Just this week, synopsis got out, and it's this. So, without spoilers, Supergirl is 21, and she teams up with Crypto for revenge, and Jason Momoa's Lobo is playing an important role. For most of the movie, Supergirl will be on different planets, so I'm guessing it won't be closely related to other DCU projects. James Gunn said Mila Kunis as Supergirl might be best casting he's ever done in not only DCU but his whole life, which sounds exaggerated because he's done some good castings. We will see it in this movie for the first time, but Jason Momoa's Lobo is definitely one of them. Fun fact, when it was announced James Gunn took over as head of DCU, Jason Momoa was one of the first people texting him.
Jason Momoa was truly one of the first messages I got. Not when I got the job, when it was announced that I got the job. It was a message immediately. It was Jason Momoa texting me saying, just all caps, Lobo baby, a billion exclamation points.
He always fan-casted himself as Lobo and was surprised Zack Snyder cast him as Aquaman instead. The film is announced to premiere in June 2026, but a lot of people expect it to be rescheduled to a closer time because Toy Story 5 is being released 1 week prior. Now, let's look at Clayface set leaks and why some people think it will merge Battinson universe and DCU. This was one of the first set leaks from Clayface, and people were like, Gotham Regeneration Project? Feels familiar, like a flood happened and they are trying to rebuild it. But people need to remember that it's fucking Gotham. It's canonically cursed. I wouldn't be surprised if Gotham was trying some regeneration project in every single universe. Then there's this photo leak that is confirmed to be from set of Clayface, and it's the Battinson logo. Then James Gunn said this about the photo. He did not exactly deny it, but he said that he didn't know about it. I think this is enough to disprove the merge, but some people are still not convinced. The next leak should be enough to convince them. Because this does not look like the Penguin we know. After seeing this, if you're still thinking there will be a merge, I will just say the famous words. As long as there's delusion, there's hope. Clayface leaks wasn't only about Battinson, they tell a lot of things about the Batman and Gotham of the DCU. I think this is so cool that even though it's a standalone story, the small details help us get familiar with Gotham of the DCU. For example, these leaks paint a clear picture. Join the Joker and the Jokers in separate context tells me that there's a cult-like following in Gotham of people believing Joker is right. Whether Joker really leads them or are they just following him on their own is a mystery, but saying this much about Gotham without anything happening is kinda cool. This one also tells a lot about when the DCU Timeline Clayface is set. We see Flying Grayson's poster, and if you don't know, Dick Grayson, who is Robin and later Nightwing, is a part of the trio together with his parents. We know Batman will already have a Bat family in Brave and the Bold. This proves that Clayface is set at least a few years before than the main DCU timeline. By the way, let's paint the timeline to be clear. Starting with the Suicide Squad. It was a part of the old DCU, but now it's soft canon in DCU. From there, we directly connect into Peacemaker Season 1 and Creature Commandos Season 1. Clayface appears in Creature Commandos as a well-known villain, so if the movie is an origin story, which it is as far as we know, that would put Clayface at least few years before Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos then sets up Superman, which sets up Peacemaker Season 2, which James Gunn said will directly connect into Man of Tomorrow. Till this point, everything is clear, but now we got Supergirl and Lanterns left at our hands. Since James Gunn said DCU will be more like Star Wars than MCU, I'm guessing at least one of these stories will happen on a separate timeline. I think Lanterns will be earlier than this main continuity, and Supergirl will be right around the time of Superman, a little bit earlier or later. In both cases, it will not be that connected to the main story of the DCU, because it's almost completely set in space with all new characters. I'm guessing it will be a standalone adaptation of Woman of Tomorrow comics. Then there are Batman and Wonder Woman. For Batman Brave and the Bold, script is almost finished, but actor is not certain. The film is announced to premiere in 2028 or 2029. It will most likely be later than all its projects in the timeline. You should definitely watch Clayface if you are excited about DCU Batman. For Wonder Woman, things are much more secret, but from James Gunn's latest interviews, I'm interpreting we will get a clear announcement within 2 months. The release date probably will be close to Batman, but we don't have any information to guess anything about timeline. I will probably update this video if any major thing happens, so you can subscribe if you want to keep up with DCU. Dave Bautista said again that Peacemaker was exclusively written for him, and he was said that he couldn't make it due to scheduling problems. But even he admitted that he couldn't have done it as good as John Cena. I think John Cena as Peacemaker is perfect, not only because of his acting, but also his personality on this press run. He genuinely seems like a wholesome person that you can love with your whole heart, and he really gives his best to entertain you in the show. I agree with Dave Bautista, it's really hard to imagine anyone else as Peacemaker. Last 3 episodes of the season are said to be major for DCU, and the finale will directly connect to Man of Tomorrow. I'll make a whole video about that when it comes out, so you can subscribe to not miss it. But now, let's go on to the biggest news. When I started writing this video, I saw Paramount made a bid to buy Warner Bros. You might ask, how is a smaller company buying a bigger one? With the help of a rich family. But yesterday, another big news broke out that Netflix is also considering to place a bid to buy Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Owns DC, so if one of these mergers happen, James Gunn will have a new boss. And what does it change? Honestly, it might change everything or it might change nothing. Some Snyder fans are hoping they would restore the Snyderverse as usual. As a rational person, you would guess they would stick with James Gunn and the vision because so far the plan is working. But when someone buys a company, they think they know what's best and they try to enforce their vision. What's worse is they don't even tell you at first. Because we as fans and our loyalty is part of the product. They tell us nothing will change, they will keep doing things we like, but with more money to make us happier. Then one day, you wake up, someone got fired, some big decisions are made, and we got tricked. So I personally hope Warner Bros. Doesn't get bought out, and even if it does, I hope they respect James Gunn and Peter Safran's vision of the DCU. So, that's all the biggest news for DCU this month. I can't decide between 2 names for this series, Gunwatch or Monthly Planet. What do you think? Let me know which one do you prefer or if you have a better one, and see you next time.